your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
Basha K. Ali!
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what, good thing to say, I dabbled in stand-up, so I have no disrespect for you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt.
I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean.
Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you can hear me. Welcome, welcome. Checking my settings here. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me. I don't think I can hear myself, but I'm on a little... Okay, you hear me. Great. Amazing, amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome to the Chrissie Mayr podcast. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Hope everybody had a good day with their person, or if you're single by yourself, because you can have a good Valentine's Day all on your own. Yeah. Do I even really need these headphones? Probably not. Yes. Okay, good. Hi, everyone. Okay, so before I talk about the topic at hand, I have a comedy show to promote for you all. Guys, I know you're all thinking, when can I see Chrissie very pregnant doing stand-up? Do I have any more chances left? And yes, you do. You have 2 chances left to see me very pregnant doing stand-up. You can come out if you're in the New Jersey area. Next Saturday. Wow, this is really coming up. Next Saturday, February 24th, I will be in New Jersey, headlining in Morris Plains at Tiff's Grill and Ale House. That's next Saturday, February 24th. 10 days from today. Holy cow. This place is great. They have strong drinks, great food. Come see me headline. Keanu Thompson will be featuring. Andrew Harms from my Compound Media show will be doing a set as well. So come on by. It's going to be a great time. And then I'll be in Pennsylvania on Friday, March 22nd. I have a Pennsylvania date coming up. So stay tuned for details for that. I don't think tickets are on sale just yet, but when they are, I will let you guys know. Okay. So the topic that I want to talk about with you all today is something that's been going on for, my goodness, the better part of a week, really. This whole saga kicked off exactly 1 week ago today, February 7th. And I'm going to take you guys through it as best as I can, because I've been noticing a lot of the comments over the last week, and some of you have dealt with this problem in general. Some of you have dealt with this problem specifically with Tom MacDonald, and some of you just think that I'm just being hormonal because I'm pregnant. So I wanted to do this stream to clarify a few things about copyright claiming on YouTube, and also just really I'm doing this video so that you guys just don't think I'm simply being hormonal. Okay, cool. So this all started last week. I did a reaction video on Simpcast to the new song, which went viral, with Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro, called Facts. And I played a snippet, about a minute-long snippet of the song, because I was really just waiting for the part where Ben Shapiro came on, because I just find that part kind of hilarious. Let me see. Let me see if I can play that. Yes, that's right. I'm going to play my own video and watch this get claimed as well. I'm going to play my own reaction video, and then watch this get copyright claimed as well. But so here I am. I know this is very much like YouTube Inception right now. But here is this clip from Simpcast. Brittany Venti and a few others were on. and we were just reacting to the song by Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro. Let me play a little bit.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys can hear any of it, but here's Tom's part, and then like Ben starts rapping, which is the hilarious part because he's not a rapper. He's like he's Ben Shapiro from the Daily Wire. He's a serious newsman. So I'm just playing this. Played about a minute of it. We're all reacting. We're talking over it the entire time. And then it gets claimed. Okay. And again, and I'm going to bring up this point. I'm going to prove why it's not. It is very much Tom, and it is you cannot simply just blame this on algorithmic bans. I'm going to take you through it because this is why I'm doing this stream, because a lot of people are going, Chrissy, you're being unreasonable. This is the algorithm. This is the algorithm, Chrissy. Don't blame poor Tom. He's just a victim in all this. And I'm here to tell you he is very much a part of this. And oh, my gain is too high. What about now? I can't hear myself at all. So you guys will just have to let me know how it sounds. Okay. Now let me present to you. Oh, Exhibit A. Okay. So here's where it all started. Let me bring up my tweet from last week. Okay. Hey, Tom MacDonald, please get your people to stop hitting YouTubers with copyright claims and strikes that are promoting your video facts with Ben Shapiro. This is twice now in 1 week that I've had to not just dispute, but also appeal because it keeps getting rejected. And then Tom writes me back the same day, right away. No, next day. I'm sorry. Next day. He writes me back, email me and I'll whitelist your channel. Done this for anyone who's asked for 6 years with a heart. And I figured, okay, is this a good faith move? What is a whitelist? I've never heard of a whitelist. Again, because YouTube, when someone uses your content, whether it's for a few seconds or a few minutes, YouTube does notify you. There is a screen in your YouTube studio which shows you exactly who is using your content for how long, what percentage of that video is comprised of your content. So he gets to see all this. So I don't understand the purpose or the need for a whitelist, because on your YouTube studio, you can see who's using it and why, and you can click and you can see the context of it. You can see if someone is like a supporter of you or a hater of you, or just what the reason is there. Okay, so he said whitelist, and I thought, okay, why should I need this whitelist? So the way that it works is you use somebody's content, or you play content, while commenting on it. The very reason for it is that it's transformative. You're not just, obviously it's a bad move if I were to just play his whole music video, not say anything. That's obvious, right? That's an obvious copyright infringement, because that's me, in a sense, trying to pass Tom's music or video off as my own. Again, if you comment over something, if you turn it into a meme, maybe if you do a parody, that's transformative content. You are taking the original and transforming it to put your opinion on it. Maybe you're making a joke out of it. You're adding more meaning, more substance to the original content. All right, I think I've explained that. Let me bring up this other tweet. Because I tweeted him again. I go, dude, this is still happening. Like, you haven't released my appeal. So what happens is that YouTube flags, there may be part of this that's algorithmic, but Tom very much, or someone from Tom's team very much manually goes in and rejects these claims. Sorry, I have to take my earrings off. Not like, the way a Puerto Rican girl takes her earrings off. Like, I just they hurt with the headphones. Okay. So let me click on this here. So I didn't think a whitelist was really necessary because of what I explained before, how YouTube shows you in the studio portion of your channel, you can see exactly who is using your content for how long and why. So I don't understand the point of a whitelist. So I wrote back to this whitelist tweet. I said, "No, Tom MacDonald, having a whitelist does not resolve the issue of your team wrongfully hitting smaller creators with copyright strikes and claims, and then disagreeing when we try to protect ourselves and dispute that our content is fair use and protected. It shouldn't have I shouldn't have to begin a legal process just to cover and promote you. This is an awful look for you, and you should evaluate who you let into your team." And then he responds with, "It's called Content ID and it's algorithmic," laugh emoji. "No one is manually claiming your videos. Get a grip." Get a grip! Again, I'm not saying that he is manually claiming the videos. I understand that the part of this process, which is algorithmic, is YouTube will catch whoever uses your content. But the manual process of this is the rejecting part of this process. And how do I know this? Because he has rejected my claim to appeal it. So the algorithm catches the content. Tom has to go in there and then I get a notification that your part of your video has been content claimed. I then have to go in and appeal it. I type in language that I am using this in fair use. I am transforming the content. So then that appeal is submitted. And then the manual part of this is that Tom does have to go in there and reject the claim. Unless he has some sort of system set up where the claims are automatically or algorithmically rejected, which I've never heard of, he is indeed going in there and rejecting the claims because my claim was rejected. But no, I have to get a grip. Uh, okay. So after he said get a grip, let's see. Let's see if I can go back to my okay, yeah, here we go. I said, "Okay, I got a grip. Uh Don McDonald, you or your team chose to use a corrupt corporate copyright system to take down anyone using your clips or content without discernment," right? What I mentioned before about the YouTube studio shows you who is using your clips and why. And it seems like he is not using discernment to decide, because if he really wants only like friendly, positive people to use his content, he could see that his content was being used in a friendly, positive way. I wasn't bashing like this guy sucks. Nobody buy his music. It was simply like, oh, Ben Shapiro is a hilarious rapper. And wow, this went so viral. I wasn't using it in like a nasty way. So, okay. So no discernment, just flat out rejecting the claim. "Isn't this what you claim to be fighting against? And then you or someone from your team manually rejected my copyright claim dispute, which proved that I used it under the guise of fair use. See screenshot. Perhaps you should, as I suggested, check in on your team and make some changes. Without the smaller content creators to stand on the backs of, you wouldn't be where you are now. We supported you, promoted you, and now we just want you to take some accountability for exploiting a broken system," which this very much is. And you can see by this screenshot here. I know a lot of this stuff is hard to understand if, you don't have a YouTube channel or you're not like, some people have a YouTube channel, but they're not at all involved in this process. So I'm sorry if it's like my explaining it is a little bit boring or tedious, but I think it helps to know this process here. So here's my video reaction to Daily Wire's Ben Shapiro rap with Tom MacDonald, Simpcast, Chrissie Mayr, Brittany Venti, etc. It says status overview. Your appealed content ID claims after your dispute was rejected. So algorithm may have picked up my video. I disputed the claim. It was then manually rejected. And then It says impact on the video. Video monetization is being held, and it's still being held. It's still any money that was made from Simpcast that night, or the reaction video. Sorry. I'm not sure if it's one or both at this point, but all of the money, the AdSense, the ad money is currently being held in escrow for this video because this claim has sort of stayed here in limbo. And then it said this circle here, appeal under review. Appeal expires in 7 days. Fast forward, this is now a week later. The appeal will now expire, I think, tomorrow or the next day, because it has been 7 days. So this is not, I'm not saying he's lying, but okay, he's lying. This was a manually rejected claim. But he's saying, "Oh, it's no one is manually claiming it." That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's manually rejected. And then we have Akira the Don here, which is, I think he's another rapper or musician of some kind. This is why I instructed my distributor not to claim any videos that use my music, which they were pissed off about and fought against, but it seems mad to me to get in the way of people sharing my music. And again, I think this has been happening to several people that have covered Tom's work. And, slowly but surely, you take $5 from one video here, $10 from one video there. It's not a lot of money, but it does add up if this is how you're treating every single person who covers your content. That those dollars do add up. No, it does not include super chats. Tom does not take the super chat money. He takes the ad revenue, like the whatever ads that YouTube decides to put on your video. It's called AdSense, and that is all being held in escrow. So whenever YouTubers are paid, like at the end of every month, so all of the money from that, the ads from that video, will go directly into Tom's pocket, because he's just saying, fuck you, you're using my content. I don't really care how. I'm saying I have a whitelist, but that doesn't really matter, because he can go into his YouTube studio and see exactly the contents, the context with which I'm using his video. Okay. Let me get to the super chat. Cole Hauser, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Chrissy, your N-word friend is back. I'm doing my Valentine's Day on Saturday. It's a fried chicken night. Oh my goodness. 199 Yo Joe. Thank you, Cole Hauser. You're funny. Oh, that's talking. Thank you for the orange boy. I've done many popular reactions to Tom's video and have never been claimed by him. Well, you're one of the lucky ones. I always get claimed by someone called Matter. Yes, that's who I was claimed by. But after the process, the claim is released every time. Is Matter the same for you? Yes, Matter is exactly the person or entity that has claimed my Tom MacDonald videos, and the claims have not been released. So I mean, I'm glad yours was released. And again, I'm using very legitimate kind of legal language when I refute these claims by saying, this is all in fair use. And it's worked many other times, even for, like if I comment on something from Stephen Colbert from CBS, they will copyright claim me, and I'll go, hey, this is fair use, it's transformative, and the claim will get dropped. But not the case with Mr. MacDonald. Okay, let me make sure I am going through this in the correct order. Okay, let me bring up this fair use on YouTube language here. Okay, this is straight up YouTube's definition of fair use. Fair use is a legal doctrine that says use of copyright protected material under certain circumstances is allowed without permission from the copyright holder, which means Folks should not need to be on a whitelist, basically, because it's protected. It's allowed. YouTube gets many requests to remove videos that copyright holders claim are infringing under copyright law. Sometimes these requests apply to videos that qualify for copyright exceptions or seem like clear examples of fair use. Courts have decided that copyright holders must consider whether copyright exceptions apply before they submit a copyright removal request. So the person whose content it is supposed to actually know these rules, know these laws, and know if the person qualifies before actually submitting a copyright removal request. If the use of the copyright protected material in a video qualifies as a copyright exception, then the video is considered lawful and non-infringing. This is why we often ask copyright holders to think about whether copyright exceptions apply before submitting a copyright removal request to YouTube. If a copyright holder believes a video doesn't qualify for an exception, then they must provide us with an adequate explanation as to why. If a copyright holder doesn't provide us with an adequate explanation as to why a video does not qualify for a copyright exception, then the video is not removed from YouTube. Copyright exceptions around the world. This is, this applies internationally. Obviously, people in different countries can use these same rules because they're the YouTube rules. Okay. In the United States, works of commentary, criticism, research, teaching, or news reporting may be considered fair use. In the EU, more limited exceptions are recognized, and the use must fit into specific categories such as quotation, criticism, review, caricature, parody. Ooh, and pastiche. I don't even know. What is pastiche? Sounds French and gay. Other countries and regions have a concept called fair dealing that may work differently. Ultimately, courts decide fair use cases according to the facts of each unique case. You'll probably want to get legal advice from an expert before uploading videos that use copyright protected material. Which brings us to the 4 factors of fair use, right? What is constituted as fair use in the United States? In the United States, judges decide what's considered fair use. A judge will consider how the 4 factors of fair use apply to each specific case. The 4 factors of fair use are the purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of commercial nature or is for nonprofit educational purposes. 2, the nature of the copyrighted work. 3, the amount and sustainability of the portion used relative to the whole copyrighted work. 4, the effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of copyrighted work. Okay. I wonder if it'll say okay, so another thing they have in here is basically like it's considered fair use if it's transformative, which mine was, and basically another like way that something is deemed fair use is if it's clear that you're not trying to take monetization away from the original work, right? Like if I were to just play Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro's entire song on my channel without commenting on it or saying anything or doing anything different, then it's like I'm basically lifting the whole song. You could argue that I'm trying to take money out of Tom's pocket by simply just playing his whole song. Like people could come to my channel to listen to his song rather than having to go to his channel to having to listen to his song, if that makes sense. So I'm not trying to take away any money from him, and it's transformative content, which means I'm talking over it. Vet's talking. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the insight. I assumed matter is someone falsely claiming Tom's content. Maybe I've been whitelisted, but still love Tom's message. Yeah, I mean, it seems to me that matter is someone on his team. That's what it looks like to me. Because like no one except the owner of the material can claim the material, basically. Like I wouldn't be able to just randomly claim your material that's talking, or I wouldn't be able to pretend that I'm Tom and claim his material on his behalf. I don't think that's how it works. If that were the case, like, anybody could claim anybody's content. Okay, let me bring this up here. So, okay, and then I have these emails that I want to bring up to further illuminate why this is a manual process and not just like, oh, it's the algorithm. Okay. Let me bring this up. Hold, please. I'm at the stage in my pregnancy where it's like, it's getting hard to breathe. I feel fat. Okay. So this was the first email I got, which I believe I received on January 31st. It says, "Hi, Chrissie Mayr. Copyrighted content has been detected in your video. Ben Shapiro joins rap game with Tom MacDonald. What is next for the Daily Wire? Can they do more? The visibility of your video is not impacted, but you can no longer monetize it. The copyright owner is now either monetizing it or receiving analytics about it. This is not a copyright strike, and it does not affect your channel. So when you get a copyright strike, you cannot stream for, I believe, I think it's like a week or something, or maybe it's 2 weeks, and you just can't do anything." Okay. So I did not receive a strike. It was a claim. So they're just explaining that. Content used, it says facts, Tom MacDonald, updated January 30th. What you can do: leave the video as is if you are fine with the restrictions on the video. Edit out the segment by trimming, muting, or replacing the copyrighted content with the YouTube video editor, which means you could just cut the whole part out. So I could cut the whole part out where it's me talking over the video, commenting on it, making jokes about it, which doesn't make sense because I'm clearly transforming the content. So it makes no sense for me to just cut it out. It would defeat the purpose. You could submit a dispute to the content owner, which is what I did. And then re-upload the video if you can remove the copyrighted content with your own tool. So basically, they're saying you can cut it out or just like not do anything or submit a claim. All right, let me pull up. Oh, good. One of my special guests is here. Before I bring him in, I want to show this other email that I got. I'm going to make sure I'm not showing this out of order. A lot of little windows I have to keep straight. Okay. So then this was the second email I got. So I submitted an appeal, and this is the email that I received after the appeal was manually rejected. "Hi, Chrissie Mayr. After reviewing your dispute," which means the dispute was reviewed, "Matter has decided." So again, I don't think a random person or entity can review Tom MacDonald's YouTube studio copyright instances on his behalf. You know what I mean? You have to be allowed to do that. So after reviewing your dispute, Matter has decided that their copyright claim is still valid. So this was manually rejected. Claimed by Matter. Why this can happen: the copyright owner might disagree with your dispute. The reason you gave for disputing the claim may have been insufficient or invalid. So this is still in limbo. The money for this video, the AdSense money on this video, is still being held in escrow. So it was one to let me know that it was picked up, perhaps by the algorithm, and one email to let me know it has been reviewed and rejected. Okay. What's next? Okay. I wanted to show you, before I bring on one of my guests, what this looks like. Remember I said you can go behind the scenes if you have a YouTube channel and you can see what all is being picked up. So I'll show you guys my YouTube channel page. So here is the copyright section of the YouTube Studio page. So here you can say, you can see all of the instances in which someone used my content in one of their videos. So you can go through, and yes, the algorithm is automatically doing this portion of it. But again, I would have to go in, select this, you know what I mean? If I were going to reject their claims or claim the money on their videos, I would do that manually. So I can look and see the channels that are using my content: Cat Canada, Star Wars Girl, Nerdrotic, Keanu, Zia, Camelot. These are all my friends. I would be an asshole to copyright claim them. You know what I mean? And you can see the percentage match, 90% of their video. Zia, Not So Erudite, 100% of their video. And you can see everybody who used your content. And but it's like, I'm not going to strike or claim Not So Erudite because she was a guest on my show. Sometimes people are confused about, when they come on your channel. Maybe some people think, oh, I can stream this to my followers, or I can basically stream it at the same time. I think there's a word for it. But so again, some of these folks were on my show, so I'm not going to copyright claim or strike them for using my material. And then you can see how many views the person got, when they used your material. Dinesh D'Souza used a little bit of my content for something. You're like, okay, that's fine. I had him on the show. Rachel Wilson copied, I think, the interview that she was on my show and for like an hour long or whatever interview. So she just put that on her channel. And again, this is all fine. I have not claimed any of these people or rejected any of their things. Okay. I think I've explained this somewhat well. I'm going to bring in a couple of guests who have been through something similar with this exact thing, with using Tom's content for a transformative way. And they're going to just basically explain the process of what they went through. And I'll bring them on right now. BXBeastBoy and Megan Fox, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Let me know if you hear me.
You sound good.
Hear you. Let me check my settings really quick. Okay, just keep talking.
That should be working now.
Yes, thank God. I
Check,
can hear you.
check, 1, 2, 3.
How you guys doing?
Okay.
Good.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you guys so much for coming on at such late notice. I really I've been wanting to do a stream about this subject for the better part of a week, and I've just been going back and forth about it. And then, so I just want to hear your experience with this. BX, we can start with you. How did this basically how did this kind of work out for you, this process of commenting on Tom's material and then getting sort of hit with a copyright claim?
Well, I started doing reactions to his music because hold on, I hear some kind of back feedback. I don't know if it's from my side. Do you guys hear echo?
Yeah, I think it's Chrissy.
Okay, I'll mute myself while you're talking.
I didn't know if it was mine. But yeah, smack the heck out of my mic. But yeah, I do reactions and commentate on things that's pretty much independent media and things that's anti-establishment. And my fans told me that I should check out some guy named Tom MacDonald. I started reacting to his music and I thought it was amazing. But I started receiving copyright strikes and I thought it was odd, but I didn't really pay it no mind until I started doing documentaries and they strike that as well, which had no music in any way, shape, or form in it, which was really disturbing to me. But once I started to counterclaim them, they would get rejected almost instantly, or they would never even get a response, which is strange because most independent artists that I do react to, they respond quick if it does get claimed. So I do understand how the content ID system could just claim it without them noticing. Like Upchurch, if he claims me, he releases it in an hour, right? Less than that. So it's really strange, especially seeing the response that you got when you brought it to his attention. And I'm a Tom MacDonald fan, so I hope that he can figure out a way to handle it or maybe handle it better. I know it might not even be directly him, but it has to be somebody within his distribution or publishing or something of that nature. And I just hope he could solve it, figure it out.
Yeah, and like I was kind of a fan of his too. I've always been like, oh wow, look at there's this based Eminem on the scene. I know that's probably a horrible characterization. He probably would hate to be called that, but like
As well.
I enjoy his lyrics. I've enjoyed like the message generally of his content. He and I have been written up in many of the same articles that talk about being sort of anti-woke, free speech. So it's like I've known of him for quite some time, and not that he's a peer by any means. He's got millions more followers and subs than me, and is making a buttload more money. But I just figured like, okay, yeah, he had that nice friendly response on Twitter, and I was like, why do you need to be put on a whitelist when in your YouTube studio you can see the exact context for which your content is used, and you can see the nature of, so like even if you wanted to whitelist or pass someone who's like friendly and a fan, you can do that. You know, he could play
Mm,
the bit that I use and be like, oh, she's not like being a cunt. She's not like saying I suck or something, or saying don't buy his music. Don't patron him. So I just think he is taking advantage of a corrupt system, and to me, it comes off like a little bit money grubby. Like you're to take $5, $10 here and there. It's like it's nothing to him, but to a small creator. Not that it's even about the money. It's about like part of the reason why him and anybody else really nowadays blows up is because of social media. It's because of YouTube. It's because smaller creators are like gassing you up, commenting on your stuff. Um, you know, some people make fun of it, but again, we all kind of know ultimately any press is good press. And even if sometimes your haters can even, lift up your profile. So
true.
I just think it almost seems like he's doing a little bit of a big time move where happy to have all the smaller content creators, gas him up on the way up, but now that he's real big, it does come across to me like a fuck you. So
It's
uh
unfortunate for sure.
that's where I'm at. Megan, I want to hear your experience with this.
Yeah, sure. So I have a channel. I'm a journalist. I write for pjmedia.com. I do live streams almost every day. And when this came out, I have a soft spot for Ben Shapiro. I've been reading Ben since he was 16 years old. The kid's kind of a prodigy. So I have a soft spot for Ben. And when he did and I don't really follow Tom MacDonald all that much. I don't pay attention to much of what he does. I've heard a couple songs. But when he was featuring Ben, I was like, "Oh, this is fantastic. I got to review this." And of course, my audience was asking me to do it. And so I did in the middle of one of my live streams, and almost immediately I got a copyright, not a strike, but a notice that said, you just can't monetize this video. Well, I argued it, and I responded that it was fair use, and they denied it. So someone had to actually go and physically deny that from his team, from someone either at his record company or his team personally. So
Mm,
then I appealed it. Now, I know that a lot of people don't do the appeal properly, and so a lot of times you guys will lose these appeals. I don't lose appeals because I know how to do this properly. And there's a phrase you have to use. And I have one now, but he hit me 3 times. 3 times because I did other streams where we talked about it again. And all we were saying was really positive things and helping them get the word out and like, "Oh yeah, go and download this so they can get to number 1 because this is so fun." And yet then they're causing all this extra work for me. Like now I have to sit down and appeal this and like, so by the way, those of you who want to know how to appeal a copyright properly, when you get to the appeal stage, these are the magic words you have to use. I consent to the jurisdiction of the federal district court for the district in which my address is located, or if my address is outside of the United States, the judicial district in which YouTube is located, I will accept service of process from the claimant. I swear, under penalty of perjury, that I have a good faith belief that the material was removed or disabled as a result of a mistake or misidentification of the material to be removed or disabled. That language actually makes the onus now on the record company to sue you. They have 7 days. And in 7 days, if they don't serve you with a lawsuit, YouTube has to drop it. They have to say dismissed. And so every time it is like saying alakazam. It's a magic word. It's a magic phrase. And you have to use those exact words. And if you don't in your appeal, it can get turned down. So but then again, then I have to sit down and I have to write this letter, every time this happens. And that shouldn't happen, Tom. Tom, Ben, Shapiro, we helped you get to your #1 Billboard spot. We did that. You didn't do that. We did that. We all did that because we all kept talking about it. And it's just annoying. I know I can beat it, but I don't want to have to. I don't think I should have to. I think you should not tell whoever's at your company that keeps copywriting us to stop.
Megan, would you say, and BX, would you say that most people, and I was very hesitant to even like tweet about it, but again, I think at least 2 of my videos had been hit with claims, and I had tried multiple times to like appeal them and, use all the proper language, like this is transformative, and was getting nowhere. And I was like, part of me feels like a little bit wrong because we're on the same side, does this come off bitchy? Does this come off cunty? Does this come off like I'm just making a big deal of nothing? And then ultimately I was like, no, I think this needs to be done. And I started hearing from quite a few other people who were in the same situation. And I wonder if most folks kind of go through that thought process and go, it's too much of a pain in the ass. I don't know what legalese to put in my claim. I don't want to go up against somebody like Tom MacDonald and make a big stink about it. And I assume most people just sort of let this go and just go, fuck it. All right, take the ad money. And most people kind of go, I guess I'm just gonna stop covering him because you get sick of jumping through all these hoops.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I will do it again. I think it was kind of for me, I wasn't really into covering Tom MacDonald before, but I'll be interested to see if other content creators who do review his music, if they might stop, because it's just not worth the trouble.
I can understand that. I did slow down a bit. Only if my supporters really want to see me react to it, then I'll do it. But it did make me slow down a bit because I felt as if no one would care. If you did come out and speak about it, most of his supporters would tell you to shut up because it's his money or you're stealing content or something of that nature along those lines, even though the reaction community is part of the reason, not all of the reason, but part of the reason why he got as big as he did. A lot of independent artists within YouTube, they use the reaction community to build their brand, which is okay. You know what I mean? As long as it's a respectable kind of relationship. But if you start to claim the money and start taking funds out of their pockets, now do you really respect them? It doesn't really seem like it to me.
They're getting free advertising. The reaction community gives them free advertising. This is not something that Tom MacDonald could go and afford. To get this kind of promotion for his music, he could not afford to pay for it. That's how much of it he got. I watched the reaction videos. I even did reaction videos of this song. Like we watched other reaction videos on my channel because they were so great. So many of them were such great content, really great reactions, and it was really fun and everybody was having such a great time. And then for them to do this was just like, it's so tone deaf. And I think it's fine, Chrissy, if you want to speak out against people on the same side, by the way, and not be afraid of that, because there are a lot of people who are allegedly on the same side as we are who aren't really. They're in it for themselves. They're in it for what they can get out of it. And it's okay to say it once in a while. It's okay to say, hey, you know what? It's all right to be a grifter. We're all grifters in some way, but don't be a dick about it. Stop it.
Yeah, like I'm not just like, oh, I need to have whatever the $5, like whatever
Right.
amount of money that he would get. It's so not about the money. It's like, dude, like this is transformative content. I am, like you said, like many of us, promoting your stuff. It was used in a positive way. It's you're, he's a culture maker at this point. We all talk about like you got to be the change, and like here he is. He's not even American. He's Canadian, but he like figured out there was a need in the market. He found, all right, I will embrace the right. I kind of, know what people want to hear. He has a lot of the videos are clever, the lyrics are clever. He's poking fun and bringing light to issues that a lot of us care about. I want to show this tweet. Someone was mentioning Akira the Don. Okay, yes, Eric Hunley was another person. I think I'm going to go on his
Oh,
show
Akira the Don is great. Akira
tomorrow.
the Don never strikes anybody.
And
He
here's
never
a tweet
strikes
from
anybody.
Eric Hunley. This is why Akira the Don is an amazing dude. I've actually asked to use his tracks and never been turned down, unlike Tom MacDonald and Nova Rockefeller. That's Tom's girlfriend. CC, Chrissy, and Frank. That's my husband. And then there's a screenshot here of several videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos where he reacts to Tom MacDonald. And you can see all 5 of these videos are ineligible for monetization due to copyright. So again, like,
This is so bullshit. It
I
really
don't
is.
think I should have to email. I mean, like, because everybody can see on their YouTube studio page the list of claims, and they can see the nature with which the content is being used. And it seems just a little like petty and I guess nitpicky.
It's a little bit over the top. I think that if people are not aware that you have to email them to get on the whitelist, how would they know? So they'll just be putting out reactions, getting claimed. Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
And also, what if you are not someone who uses Twitter? What if you just use YouTube or something else, and you're just not on Twitter and you don't have access? Like, I think the only reason Tom even wrote me back on Twitter is because I like have some followers, but if you have very few followers on Twitter, or you're not on Twitter at all, like, how are you going to be able to get Tom's attention to even be put on said whitelist? And you're just sort of, I don't know, it just seems like a fuck you to the small creators. But
Well, small creators get fucked all the time anyway. I mean, that's just the nature of it. But I would think that in this instance, that this should have been solved already. Like, he really should have had a conversation with whoever's doing the turning down all the appeals, to say stop doing that, because this is truly free promotion for this song. There is no way that they would have gotten as far as they did without the content creators who pushed it. No way. I did 3 streams about it. Like, I did 3 times. I told people to go and download the song because I just thought the trolling was next level and I loved it. But I didn't even appeal the last one because I was just like, oh, fuck it. I don't have time for this. I have too much to do. For God's sake, I do daily live streams. I've got a podcast going. I don't have time for this shit, Tom. Stop. And I don't want your $5 anyway, but it's just silly. It's silly. Chrissy, I love you. You look amazing, by the way. You were glowing. You look
thanks,
so
I can't
healthy.
stop sweating. BX,
Are you
I'm
having
like
trouble breathing
I'm like
yet?
7 months pregnant, so that's why I'm sweating, and I had to take my sweater off, and I'm like out of breath.
Wow.
I'm like out of breath. Just
Oh,
talking.
you're doing
I know it.
amazing.
You can't breathe. I know how it feels to be in that can't breathe stage, and like it only gets worse. It
Wow.
only gets
Oh,
worse.
do
But
you have to laugh at yourself. Like, I'll try to put shoes on. I'll try to even zip up a boot, and you're winded, like just even a little bit
no.
bending down, and I have to just laugh because it's like you can't get up or sit down without making some sort of noise, like a grunt. There's no
you look
silence.
so beautiful, though. You
Oh,
really are
you're so
glowing.
sweet.
Your pregnancy totally agrees with you. I think you look
It's
amazing.
really the sweat from the lights, and the bronzer melting off my face.
You just look so good. I've missed you. I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh,
And I hate
you guys
to
are
come
so
in and
sweet.
then have to run, but I do have to go because I promised I would go to on Danny Ann's stream tonight, And this is my second stream, and I've got a third one to get to.
Oh my God, you're hustling. And
I
Megan,
know.
you're like legally trained in some way. You're
Yeah,
like, you
I've
have a
been
legal
covering
background.
I've been covering court cases as a journalist for many, many years, and I've of course been involved in my own scuffles legally. Certainly, have been involved in my own lawsuits as far as defamation and other things, and I've beat them all. And I'll beat this copyright thing too, but it's just annoying at this point. I
But
want it
how
to
do you,
stop.
again, it's like how many people are legally trained and how many, and a lot of times too, it's like you have friends
Right.
who also YouTube and they can send you, okay, this is good language to use when you're fighting a copyright claim. This is, if you don't have those, those kind of friends, or if you don't have this type of legal experience, it's going to be a very intimidating process for you. And you're just be like, fuck it, I'm just too scared. I won't even mention the guy. I won't even,
Well, for those of you who want to know how to do it, Nick Rekieta has made a video. If you Google Nick Rekieta copyright appeal, you might be able to find that video. It's like a 20-minute video where he talks about how to appeal a copyright, and it works every time. It has worked for me every time. I have not been denied an appeal once. So I highly recommend checking out Nick Rekieta's tutorial on that. And if you can't find it for whatever reason, you can contact me. I'm on Twitter at Megan Fox Writer, and I've got the magic words I can send to you if you're a content creator going through this. I'm happy to send it to you. And stop by, subscribe to the channel, and send me a message, and I'm happy to help you. I also have started, Chrissy, I've started a podcast, a daily podcast called Fox Den Daily. I want you guys to all
ooh.
go and subscribe because
I
I
really
am
wish, Megan, you had called your podcast The Other Megan Fox. I think that would have been great.
That's funny.
yeah, the other one. But it's basically just a recap of everything going on in the LawTube adjacent and LawTube sphere every day. Where what trials are we watching? What true crime are we talking about? What copyright bullshit are we talking about? This will probably make it on tomorrow's podcast, and we'll put a shout out to Chrissy for talking about it because this is an
Ooh.
important thing.
And then I'll
It's an
claim
important thing.
you because I
Maybe
want my $2.
I'm
That's
gonna clip
crazy.
you. I'm gonna clip you for my podcast, Chrissy.
Aw, you're so sweet. Good to see you again, Megan. Everyone follow Megan. I think Megan Fox Writer on Twitter, and then you've
Yep.
got a locals presence as well.
Yep. MeganFox.locals.com, and follow Fox 10 Daily. Subscribe to that on Apple Podcasts. It's a fun little podcast. It's fun. We're having a good time. Have a
Ooh, thank
great
you,
night.
Megan.
You look amazing. Nice to meet you, Beast Boy. See ya.
Likewise.
Yeah, BX, you can totally stay. I'm gonna go over if you'd like to go over this with me, or actually, if you want to give me your 2 cents on this. Are you
Okay.
familiar with the Rolling Stone article that they did about Tom? Um,
Nah,
this was
I
in
don't think so.
2022. Okay, I'm gonna pop this up. You tell me what you think, because when there were a bunch of other people chiming in about this Tom MacDonald has done copyright claims on me too, and I've been held in limbo, and he's taking my $5. Someone sent or put in a thread this article, and it's interesting because it does a little bit of a deep dive into Tom. Like, again, like I wouldn't say like I'm not trying to cancel him. I think he's, everyone should do what they want, but like this did provide like very interesting context to Tom. So this is a Rolling Stone article, came out April 26, 2022. How to become, this title is wild. How to become a mega rap kingpin without believing what you're saying. And I saw this
Wow.
title and I was like, holy shit. Former wrestler Tom MacDonald built his fan base rapping familiar right-wing talking points, but what does he really believe? Perhaps you've seen the music video for White Boy, which currently has more than 22 million views on YouTube and made a minor celebrity of carpenter turned pro wrestler turned rapper Tom MacDonald, which I love, by the way. I love somebody who's fucking like their side hustle became their dream. So I was like,
That's dope.
I was like, cool, carpenter, pro wrestler, like this is all great. It's set in a Southern California classroom where the musician, who is white, wears blonde box braids and sits at a desk at a row of bored-looking students. Just as he starts rapping about how he shouldn't have had to feel bad for being white, the students start to make faces and throw paper at him. The teacher, played by a black actor, tries to quiet MacDonald down, waving his arms and wordlessly shouting. The rest of the classroom begins to taunt him. White boy, don't say that, white boy, you so bad. MacDonald overpowers them with a scream of anguish, his voice rising above all others in the room. White boy, white noise, saying shit I can't say with my white voice. Naturally, there are viral videos mocking the song, cringing with white boy. A reaction video is currently sitting around 1.6 million views. Almost as if we're, and this is a great example of this is a reaction video helping to raise his profile. 1.6 million views on a reaction video. That can only help Tom, you know.
For sure.
Almost as if it were an HBO Max original, MacDonald released an accompanying behind-the-scenes clip where he describes the concept of the song. He says that he wanted viewers to get pissed off. Those reactions he hoped would spark the conversation. So he's acknowledging that the reactions are helping him. But MacDonald started something more vicious than a conversation. Even if you've never seen the video for White Boy, you know precisely the type of person who would put it on repeat. He gifted the culture war a new text. Eventually, white nationalists discovered the song. MacDonald said he spent hours deleting their comments, celebrating him. That freaked me the fuck out, he said, claiming that as a Canadian, he was unaware of the chaos his track would unleash. Of course, he brought this upon himself. 4 years after White Boy, MacDonald is eager to show people I'm not just some brainwashed right-wing zombie. When we spend time together at this winter at his place, he's ultra paranoid about COVID. So this article came out, April of 22, which means, I guess, winter of 21, early 22. He was at his house interviewing him. But he said he was ultra paranoid about COVID, requiring us to stay masked and socially distanced, even outdoors. He suggests that he isn't against abortion or gun control, that he watches videos about intersectionality, all of which throws me off. MacDonald's music since White Boy, right? I was shocked. I was like, hold on. MacDonald's music since White Boy has been a steady stream of ever more viral tracks, trashing Black Lives Matter, fat acceptance, and whatever other liberal boogeyman was on Fox News that week. Although he makes pop punk about breakups and moody tracks about sobriety, those never seem to blow up the same way. He acknowledges extreme positions benefit him. I think a lot of people benefit from social unrest and civil conflict, he tells me matter-of-factly. It's the social media platforms, it's the newspapers, it's the magazines, it's Fox News and CNN and whoever the fuck else, Rolling Stone. It's also Tom MacDonald, he concedes. But like my whole thing is like, be aware. Be aware sounds a lot like stay woke, but don't be fooled. In all of MacDonald's body of work, his favorite target is wokeness. Conversations about free speech and cancel culture have created a cottage industry for public figures willing to use language that many people might find offensive. At the highest valuations, celebrities like Joe Rogan have been able to build some of the most popular individual brands in America. In Rogan's case, amid calls for him to be deplatformed for everything from vaccine misinformation to a number of since deleted episodes in which the host routinely says the N-word. I think that these episodes were deleted maybe because other guests said the N-word, but I could be wrong. MacDonald is likely the most famous artist in a budding genre of his own creation, right-wing protest rap. On YouTube, songs with titles like Snowflakes by MacDonald, Rittenhouse by Tyson James, a politically incorrect Christian, and Patriot by Topher, featuring the Marine rapper, regularly go viral and even reach the charts, to the confusion or ignorance of industry players. One of MacDonald's latest projects is a joint album with hip-hop rapper Adam Calhoun, released in February. Calhoun hails from Illinois and has a laconic flow and crude lyrics. He is to One American News Network what MacDonald's is to Fox News. In his 2018 track, Racism, he juxtaposes stereotypes among various kinds of white and Black Americans, using the N-word with impunity.
Yeah.
Incredibly, the song remains on YouTube, where it's been viewed 16 million times. It's not something I would have said, MacDonald says, of the N-word when I ask about working with someone like Calhoun. But at the same time, I don't think that automatically makes you like a Nazi. MacDonald, on the other hand, has so far avoided being meaningfully deplatformed, perhaps because since White Boy, his tracks have carefully danced around aligning with any particular point of view. Instead, they point out the supposed hypocrisy of others. In 2020, one of MacDonald's tracks, People So Stupid, briefly bumped WAP off iTunes' top hip-hop spot. His Spotify and TikTok pages boast millions of plays, and his music airs on the side of internet-bred edgelord rather than overt far-right politics. If anything, he represents a new kind of online right, interested in liberal totems like rap culture. I tracked down the actor who played the teacher in the White Boy video, Adam Pepper. I got so much backlash for that. Trust me, said Pepper, but you got to understand, I'm just an actor and that's my craft. At one point in the video, when the classroom is on the verge of a riot, Pepper breaks down in tears, a moment that was not scripted. It was difficult listening to MacDonald talk about how he felt discrimination for his pretty blue eyes as a black man with racism and the way police target us, said Pepper. You're like, what in the world? How could he say that? At the same time, Pepper is adamant that MacDonald himself isn't racist. In fact, he respects him as an out-of-the-box artist. Pepper has appeared in 2 more videos since and doesn't think MacDonald believes much of what is in his songs. He says it because he knows it's going to get some type of reaction.
Yikes.
It is a little yikes. MacDonald has critics on the right who don't entirely trust that he's one of them. Michael Knowles, a conservative commentator for Daily Wire, took issue in particular with the fact that MacDonald cast a trans woman, Blair White, in the role of a sexy video girl in his music video Snowflakes. White is a YouTuber whose own channel attracts millions of views for conservative takes on gender issues. In Snowflakes, White mouths along to lyrics like this: he, she, his, him, hers, them, they.
Yikes.
Screw a pronoun, because everyone's a retard these days. I personally love Blair White. The one user on Twitter posted that it made them sad to see White used as a prop in a song that implied she was a man. White, for her part, saw the appearance as iconic. I was the first trans woman in a rap video. White claims that when I reach her on the phone, she later clarifies she means openly trans, a claim that, at least in the mainstream hip hop,
I was about to say.
it's surprisingly difficult to verify.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how accurate that was.
Yeah. And even more interesting is that a right-winger that made the video. To White, the fact that MacDonald is blowing up is an indication that artists like her can even be on platforms like YouTube, which she believes censor conservatives. What worries critics about MacDonald's brand of creator is how it offers cover to people with straightforwardly dangerous ideas around white supremacy and other forms of bigotry. Sure, MacDonald has never put a Confederate flag in a music video, but he's not afraid to collaborate with artists who do, and presumably reap the benefits of their audience. It's Trumpian in a way, having so many incoherent opinions at once that you never have to be held accountable for their implications. YouTube didn't reply to what do you think of that?
They going crazy. Who wrote this? Who wrote the article?
This article was written by Alice Hines.
Yeah, they don't really like him much.
It is coming off judgy and a bit negative. Yeah.
It's pretty wild. But some of the things, if they are true, do sound crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. I know this is a bit longer. So she's basically saying, like, well, you're reaping the benefits of a white supremacist audience without having to really like appeal to them or state your true opinions one way or the other. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna skip these next couple of paragraphs. Okay, so this is the woman Alice saying, I created a blank slate account with a burner email on YouTube to see what the platform would recommend me after MacDonald's tracks. The algorithm dredged up everyone from Machine Gun Kelly, Yellow Wolf to Dr. Dre, and songs by lesser known artists who were much more extreme than anything McDonald has ever made, take Rittenhouse by James, which appears to call for the violent overthrow of the government. That seems like a stretch. Like, isn't that free speech? You know what I mean? Like, aren't you allowed to sing or rap whatever lyrics you want without people going, this is a call to violence, you know? Y'all about to make me pull a Rittenhouse, bring the muscle, pull up at a politician house. He raps in the chorus while brandishing an assault weapon. The debut of the video featured an insurance ad. He fucked up somebody else's life. Championing him? That's fucked up to me, McDonald said when I asked him about the video.
You said they had an insurance ad? That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it's not demonetized.
Or YouTube got a sense of humor.
This was okay. Yeah, this is a very long article. It just goes on to say, like, she's basically saying, like, doesn't believe what he sings about, what he raps about. And she mentions a bunch, like, how COVID nervous they are. And she's like, because I guess his girlfriend has asthma, and he, I think the author quotes like that, he almost watched his girlfriend die a couple of times because of asthma. Like, they're just very, very COVID paranoid, and like, she wants them to be more than 6 feet apart from each other when they're filming this music video because Tom won't be wearing a mask in it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Here's the quote. Oh, my God. The fucking Republican rapper guy just told me to put a fucking mask on. McDonald jokes. He's wearing a Balenciaga hat, puffer coat, black KN95 mask that covers up his face, piercings, and tats. The mask part wasn't a joke. I put it back on. His video director and girlfriend, Nova Rockefeller, cackles extravagantly, maybe nervously.
That's crazy.
I mean, I guess I can understand if you have asthma, but again, like, I don't know.
Has he ever referenced that in the song? Has he ever, like, made fun of people that wear a mask or want you to wear a mask?
That is a very good question. I know he's never pictured ever wearing a mask. It's not, on any of his social media. But maybe somebody in the chat who has listened to more of his music could say whether he's ever mentioned it. Oh my God, it's Nina. What are you doing here, darling?
Hey, how are you? I got the link from your hubby, and I couldn't help. I want to say hi. It's been a minute.
Nina BX Nina.
Hi.
Hello,
I figured Frank
you.
sent you the link. I was like, how did you just appear?
Yeah, I was in the chat, and he's like, "You want the link?" And I was like, "I can't stay long, but I'll come and say hello because first of all, you look so beautiful, Chrissy."
Oh shucks, you're sweet.
You look so beautiful, and happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Did Frank tell you to tell me that?
No, that part is just from me because I'm all decked out in Valentine's stuff, and I'm wearing Lila Hearts.
Ooh. Okay, so tell me your thoughts on this. I mean, this is a very long article, this Rolling Stone article, but my takeaway was like, oh, he's not this American right winger. He's Canadian. He's just sort of saying the things he knows this audience wants to hear, basically.
So, like, he's the Ian Miles Chung of Canada. Is that what you're saying?
I've heard people say that. It's just, yeah, perhaps some of it is this Rolling Stone author may not like him because Rolling Stone is pretty woke these days.
Yeah.
So they may just have it out for him. But based on that article, it's like, oh, it just sounds like there's a niche, there's a need for this, and he's fulfilling a need in the market.
I definitely don't take anything Rolling Stone says seriously anymore, just personally speaking. But I've been following, like, and I kind of didn't catch the article because I was getting ready to come on here. But my thoughts on what you're going through is it's gay. Okay. Like, I don't know I don't know what's going on, but Tom, if you're watching this, man, like, it's just uncool. Like, creators should have kind of like this free reign, I guess, over being able to advertise for you. It's free advertising. We're not trying to take the money out of your pocket. We're just trying to promote people that we like. And for us to have to go through something like this is really like, it's just uncool. It's like, and if you're out there presenting yourself to be like against the system, against the man, well, guess who's the man? The man is YouTube. Okay. And you're going out and copy claiming other content creators. It's just not a good look. It's not a freedom kind of loving look. It's a very like, rage for the machine kind of look. And I don't think that that's what you're going for. So it's like the opposite of what you're going for. So I just feel like this whole thing is really gay.
I think whatever dollars he's claiming from all these smaller creators is not worth the promotion, I guess, or the word of mouth that you would get just by letting people talk about you.
But it's also like it was his response to you too, like on Twitter, because you were like, well, I don't understand why you're doing this. And he was like, email me and I'll put you on the whitelist. And I was like, what does that even mean? Like, what?
But I'm like, you can see, why do I need to email you at this point? You know it's me. Chrissie Mayr would come up on your YouTube copyright page. You could go ahead and be like, I fucking know who she is. Like, let it go through.
Yeah.
It went from like, I'll email me, I'll put you on the whitelist heart, to then in the next tweet telling me to get a grip.
Damn, pregnant woman, so emotional.
I know. It's my damn hormones.
I just feel like like I said, the whole thing is kind of gay. You wouldn't. I just didn't expect something like this from somebody like Tom MacDonald. Like, it's just kind of unexpected because I should say I'm not a huge fan, but I'd heard about Tom a long time ago during the pandemic, actually. And like, I listened to a couple of his songs because people were like, oh, this guy's really cool. He's like talking about the pandemic. He's talking about, like all this other stuff. And I'm a fan of rap. I'm like a huge fan of rap. Especially old school rap, not so much new rap. So I was like, oh, let me check out this guy. And people were telling me he's Canadian as well. Like this, it's well known that he's Canadian. I didn't like this wasn't a surprise to me, but like reading it on the Rolling Stone. But it's just I like and I like that because I was like, oh, a Canadian guy that's like, talking about the truth. Great, fantastic. I love that. And I like what he's doing out there, but it's just then it comes up to stuff like this and like nickel and diming people. Like I just don't understand that. And I just think that's a bad look if you're especially going for the whole like I'm against the machine kind of look. It just looks like you're kind of lying. You kind of come across as a liar.
Yeah, especially someone who went from a carpenter to a wrestler to now a pretty well-known, well, in some circles, like maybe he's not a household name for most people at this point, but like
it's just disappointing.
He has a lot of name recognition. It's like
I know him from Flawed. Like I know him and Flawed hang out, and I was like, well, I mean, does Flawed know about this? Is he on the white list? I mean, I don't understand. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, he's on the white list. He's on the white list
just for white. Does skin color matter for the white list?
No.
Because
just butt kissing.
Flawed is very black, so I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're both right. Like, especially BX, you're like, well, both of you said this, like, don't really take anything Rolling Stone says super seriously because I know they've become pretty woke and maybe this author just fucking had it out for him to begin with. But like the first time I read it, I was like, ooh, very masky. Okay, that's not really what I envisioned or pictured for somebody singing these kinds of songs. But
I mean, he's definitely mentioned masks in his songs. Like he's talked against masks. But other than that,
oh, what's up, Eric? Eric's in the chat. Flawdzilla is his guy. I love Flawdzilla.
Yeah, I love him too.
On Normal World, he's actually
the Glizzy King.
He's coming on
He is
my
the
show.
Glizzy King. He is the Glizzy King. No one can argue with that.
The what king?
The Glizzy King.
He's the Glizzy
What's
King.
that? Is that a drink?
It's a hot dog brand.
Oh.
He likes glizzy hot dogs. Haven't you seen like him in like hot dog suits and stuff?
No.
There's, like
he goes
memes
crazy
of him
for
in
hot
like
dogs.
hot dogs. Yeah.
Goes real crazy for him.
Eric Hunley, wow, thank you so much. This is so generous. Thank you for the super chat. I will be going on Eric's show, I think tomorrow. Copyright claims are a nightmare. You may need to
Yeah.
appeal, but it can be done. And I have appealed both of them. Eric, again, I'm super annoyed with the copyright claims, but Rolling Stone is pure garbage.
Agreed.
Mm,
I mean,
agreed.
I had to deal with a copyright claim recently, Chrissy. I don't know if you knew about this, but that was for my like cat videos that I played, like animal videos.
Cat video?
Yeah, so
I
like
got a copyright claim, I think a couple years ago. I was playing the cat version of Happy Birthday, and it was something I had to deal with and fight for like over a year. And I was like, talk about like
oh my
not worth it. It was like a
God.
stupid, like it
That's
was somebody's
crazy.
birthday, and I just played cats meowing happy birthday, and they fucked me for it. So-
Wow, that is ridiculous. Well, I should be more clear. I actually don't know what the video was. And that's part of the reason it's so fucking annoying because they don't actually tell you what it's for. And it was
Hmm.
on my Infinite Hope show, Chrissy. You know that show, like where I do the good
Mhm.
news, and then at the end of the show, I used to watch. I
Yes, I
don't do
love
it
that
anymore.
show. You're so positive.
Thank you. Well, I used to watch cute animal videos at the end of the show, but now I don't do it anymore because of this very reason. And what happened was this weird company called I think it was called like Unlimited something something or other. I forget what it's called. But they copyright claimed me. It wasn't a claim, it was a strike. They copyright striked the channel. It wasn't even a
Wow.
claim. They gave me a strike. And I was like, what the hell is this? I've never been striked before because usually I do get claims and you just bypass the claims. You're like, whatever. I don't even like contest the claims anymore. I'm just like, whatever. I don't care. You can have your ad revenue, like 2 cent ad revenue that you want. I don't care. But this person striked me and then went on to contact me via another department of their thing. Like, I guess it was their marketing company or whatever. They found my email and then contact me through their marketing department. This guy was like, hi, my name is Ryan, and I've noticed that you may have a climb issue. Plus, you seem to be a really good candidate for our stuff. Maybe you want to check it out, and maybe you want to pay us monthly for this service that we provide
Oh,
with
that's
like
crazy.
viral videos and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm literally getting like freaking I live in Mexico, okay? I know what a shakedown is. And I was
You're
like,
Mexican for crying out loud.
I know about cartel like tactics, okay? Like I know what's going on. I'm getting a fucking
That's
shakedown
crazy.
over here. It was wild. And then so I went, obviously I contacted a few people and Ryan Kinnell, shout out, totally helped me with the like how to respond to them. So I sent them a response. They didn't reply back like officially through YouTube. So I did the same thing that Megan was talking about earlier today. Like I sent them a very formal response to their email and to the YouTube via YouTube. YouTube accepted my plea and then sent it to them. So after they sent it to them, they had 10 business days to respond. Now this was right before Christmas. So I had to deal with also Christmas holidays. And once you get your strike, you can't stream for 7 days. You're not supposed to. And that's the thing. YouTube doesn't even tell you that, like technically in the thing, they don't tell you you're not allowed to do it. But if you do it and they catch you, they will
It's a
take
wrap.
your entire channel.
You mean
You
if
are
you
not
stream from
allowed.
a different channel of yours?
Yeah, it's
if
over. It's
You
over.
cannot do that. That's called ban
Circumventing
evasion.
or something like that.
Yeah, ban evasion. So you can't go from another channel. You cannot do
Okay.
it through your own channel. You cannot stream on your own channel in the first week when you get a strike. YouTube doesn't tell you that, but if you don't follow the rules and they catch you do it, you're not only will your strike remains, your channel is gone. Like that means
Yeah, you
basically
get
you're
terminated.
out. It's 3 strikes, you're out immediately. It's not even like 1, 2, 3. Even if it's on your first strike, you are out. So
All
of
your
course
channels
I
get
didn't
banned.
risk it. I didn't risk it and I
That's
didn't
wild.
stream.
See, I
but
only have the one channel, so I like the times I've gotten strikes, I haven't even like had another channel with which to live on.
But you
So,
can't even do it. I mean, you can go on other people's channels,
Right.
but you
yeah.
cannot stream through yourself. And if you do it from another channel, you get taken down immediately. I mean, it even happened to Stephen Crowder. They took they gave him his strike, they took down his clip channel because they thought he was
Oh.
running it. And then
Oh,
and
wow.
that wasn't the case. It was some other guy running it, but he was doing his clips. But anyways, it's just like serious business for YouTube with strikes and everything like that. And there's companies out there that do this kind of thing, and it's ridiculous, especially for small creators to have to deal with this, because the company that did it to me, they did not name what part of the video it was. They did not name what minute order it was. They did not name like I still to this day don't know what the content was that they claimed. They would never tell me, and YouTube wouldn't tell me. Because I was like, I'll remove it. Just tell me what it is, blah, blah, blah. And they wouldn't tell me. All I got was like and it wasn't even one letter, Chrissy. I got several. I got like at least 3 emails from this guy named Ryan that was like, please, like, we want to help you. Help us help you. Come and sign up for our website. And I was like, no.
That was a shakedown for sure.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
And I was like,
Yeah,
I'd rather
trying to get
burn
you.
this shit to the ground than pay you a freaking penny. Like, that's not happening. So
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if
Daniel-
Tom MacDonald is doing something as gnarly as these guys are. Like, has he just claimed you? He didn't strike you, right?
He didn't strike
No,
me.
no,
He
no, no.
claimed me at least twice, and tweeted back to me, but didn't like actually go to the effort to like releasing his claim. Like I don't know. So
I
it just
see.
seems
So you're still
like
not on
he's
the
being a
white
little
list.
bit like having a little bit of a fuck you moment, which I don't know.
I believe you are now probably not only on the white list, you are now on the black list.
I'm probably on the brown.
That's
Yeah, I was saying I'm
crazy.
definitely on the brown list.
Yeah, you need to get the fuck out.
on the
That's
poop list.
crazy.
Have you heard of High Res TV? No, I have not. Oh, this is from Frank. This was a good comment from earlier. The amount of creators who don't know how to fight claims adds up really quick at their expense. An entire 3-hour live stream revenue goes to him for a small 2-minute clip reaction. Yep.
Yep.
Because it was from a
true.
Simpcast, and those are
Wow.
3 hours long. Great U.S. treasure hunt. I'm just a Canadian. Your American ways frighten and confuse me. But, Your Honor, I do know that I am entitled to $5.12. Aw. Thank you. Anyway, I guess that's basically everything I wanted to say on this topic. We'll see. I am.
You should definitely get Flawed on and talk to him about it.
Flawed is actually coming on next week.
Oh, goody.
I
I thought
already
he's
had
gonna
them-
come on now. I thought that would have been
He's
amazing.
on Normal World right now, but he's coming on next Wednesday.
Nice.
Because I just in general wanted him to come on, not specifically because of this topic, but just I met him at the Blaze, and I just thought he was super fun. So he's gonna come on next Wednesday.
Bring up feminism if you want to see him lose his ever-loving
Oh,
mind.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Tom MacDonald got destroyed by Ryan Upchurch. Oh, yes. A lot of people have been mentioning Ryan to me.
Really?
I'm gonna check him out.
How destroyed? Like rap
I think that
destroyed or like
maybe-
ideologically destroyed?
Maybe just
A
like
little bit of both.
reactions.
Oh.
A little bit of both. I would say 2
Yeah,
diss songs, calling him out.
I don't know. I think
Don't
at this
put that.
point, Tom might be so big that he's uncancelable, which is great, which is the goal. I want that for everybody. This just seems like kind of a shitty
canceling people.
move. What is this in the chat here? Oh, this is the Ryan Upchurch thing. Should I play this? What is this?
Is this gonna get claimed?
Is this like a parody? I know, right? Oh, this is a Ryan Upchurch diss track. Oh
Ooh,
boy.
should we watch it?
Oh yeah, that's
Uh-uh.
dope.
Let's watch a snippet. I can't hear anything.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
I can't
It's like
hear it.
YouTube versus Mozart.
No.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Coyote in the hollow when
What's
it's
wrong with my thing?
the bar. This road killed dead, been dead since the first track. Mickey Thompson pattern slapped all the way down to his ass crack. Five head ass, you already know about the tall heads. I see sting on your face, barbed wire with the ball bag. Control the situation and his ass
Oh.
can't fall back. All there is water and he ain't fluid enough to swim. Got gills with the skills. You a CGI spacecraft, green screen, rhyme zone, algorithm.
I definitely don't picture like this sound coming out of this person.
I
you know what
know.
I mean?
Yeah, totally.
That's hilarious.
Format, put algae on the stone tab. Raptor and the claw back. Jurassic Park a car in my lot, tow it to Toronto. Facts. Hey. My ink pen a wrist when I clench it with a mean fist. Hip hop is the art you leaked in with some cheap shit. Met the grill of a redneck driving around in the C10. Screaming white boy a couple times. Now we optimistically think sweet friends. Leave a hog at the farm and the deceased in my big pen.
I mean, he's pretty good. Then again, what the hell do I know?
I mean, it
Nah,
sounds
you
pretty
right.
good to me.
He's dope. He's dope as hell.
Interesting. Oh wow, he's very good. Oh, yep. I just think it's a little gay. All the copyright claims are kind of gay, but we'll see. I don't expect him to respond to any more of my tweets anytime soon. I expect to remain on the brown list. But any closing thoughts or feelings, BX?
I do think that it's unfortunate. I wish that he would talk to maybe his distributor and see if he could stop doing this, right? Because the reaction community is part of the reason why he's as big as he got, you know? So hopefully he could find a solution, and maybe if people approach him and ask him about it, maybe like not be rude to them or as rude, you know, maybe actually solve it or have a better solution. Because if you don't know that there's a whitelist, how would you know? I've been reacting to
Right.
him for a long time and didn't even hear the whitelist thing until I reacted to your conversation with him, which makes no sense because he's commenting on my channel. He didn't tell me about no whitelist. You could
You
have
didn't
said
have
it.
to ask about. Yeah, you didn't have to ask about the waitlist, I guess.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy. So that means you've been benefiting off of me promoting, defending you, all types of stuff. Didn't even say nothing about a whitelist, but requested me to
Oh my-
react to you more. That's unfortunate. But hopefully he could find a solution. I would love to be on the whitelist. I would react to him more and start doing more videos again. But that's my closing thoughts on it.
Here are a couple of Valentine's Day we
This is
made
funny.
specially for Tom in honor of Valentine's Day. I only want to copyright claim you this year. It reminds me of our frost
Crazy.
Valentines from the previous year.
Oh yeah,
I
that
love
was
you more
good.
than I make from escrow. Oh,
Aww.
how sweet. And last but not least, if you want to show me you care, give me some of that revenue share.
Who
Yo,
came
that's
up with these?
crazy.
You or Frank? That was good.
Frank did.
That was funny.
He's funny sometimes.
I
Nina,
can see why you
any closing thoughts or feelings?
Yeah, this is gay. Tom, fix it. My Canadian brother. We're all on the same team. And yeah, just especially for small content creators, you know, we don't need to go through this BS. You know how it is. I mean, imagine somebody doing it to you. So yeah, I'm sure you can fix it. You will fix it because we're all friendly, right? Right, bro? Fist bump.
How about put me on the pink list because it's Valentine's Day?
Yes, put
Aw.
us on the pink list.
BX, where can people follow you? What's coming up
You
for
can
you?
follow me on my Twitter page, Instagram, on my main channel where I do video essays, my live stream channel where I do reactions and debate. Anybody who wants to smoke, pull up. Anybody. I'll beat anyone in a debate. But yeah, just that in my reaction channel and clips and video essay. I'm going to be doing a new video essay on Adam Cannahone and Ryan Outchurch beef within the next 2 days on my main
Ooh.
channels. So.
Yes. Get your beef on. That sounded dumb.
That sounded crazy.
You have a new fan, BX. Erica Atala likes you.
Well, thank you.
Now
I
maybe
like
can
you
be
too. Two fans.
Valentine's.
Appreciate you.
Nina, did we already ask you where people?
Well, you can
follow
find me
you?
on Nina Infinity. That's my channel. Twitter, Nina7Infinity. And I got a new gaming channel, Nina Infinity Gaming. Good stuff.
Ooh,
Good stuff happening.
very
Thank
good
you.
stuff. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, I will be on Eric Hunley's show. So check
Nice.
that out. I will at some point be appearing on the Side Scrollers anniversary stream. And then, of course, as always, Friday is Friday Night Tights at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then Simpcast is Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on this channel. Forrest Mommy, Cat Canada, Arden Young, April Imholt will be on. And who knows, maybe some special drop-ins like from Nina Infinity or
Maybe.
other gals that are around. And then, of course, we got Wet Spot on Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern on compoundmedia.com with Jeffrey Paul, Joselito, and Carla Ogerson. And then I'll be on Tuesdays with Cecil. So stay tuned, staying busy, staying pregnant. Yeah, and thank you guys, everybody, for watching. Thanks for your comments and questions. And we will see how this all shakes out. I will let you guys know if maybe Mr. MacDonald has a change of heart. But maybe not. Because I probably. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.